So this is a 197K review of my 2007 Camry Hybrid. My last review was last year, and that was like around 187,000 miles. And after 10,000 miles, there were some repairs that was done, especially several months ago. So my review at the time, there were no major issues with the Camry, but yep, now it's a different story. So at 197,000, closing into 200,000 miles, we got some major issues. So this is what happened. Pretty much start with the cosmetics. This one is missing. I don't know what happened to it. Somebody stole that one. I got it replaced. New tires, pretty much the cheapest one around. And inside, just a couple months ago, I replaced the AC compressor. So that's not a new compressor, but that's a used one that I bought online from eBay. So it's actually working fine. I think the mileage from the donor was around 130,000 miles. So I got this replaced, and I also replaced the expansion bulb over there, and also the AC condenser in here. So if you look at that, yeah, I got a new AC condenser along with a new accumulator dryer. So that's what got changed. And then I also replaced the auto sensor down there. It's the downstream auto sensor because I have a check engine light, I think since last year. But the funny thing is, if I clear it out, it will show up like probably, I don't know, it will show up randomly, and then I clear it out, it's gone. So it's actually just a stored value. So, and then there are other cases where it shows up permanently. But yeah, it's really, yeah, it's actually a sign that the auto sensor is bad. In terms of like drivability, there's nothing wrong with the engine, still doing strong, it's still fine. I just did an oil change for this. Yep. No oil consumption problems since the previous engine rebuild around 100,000 miles. I think it's like prior to 100,000 miles. So this engine is pretty good. I also have both of these headlight bulbs replaced. I think the first one to fail was this. It was actually like foggy during winter time. It turns out that there's no gasket on this part of the headlight over here. The headlight bulb has no gasket. So when I bought one, I was like having difficulty trying to put it in. It seems to be loose. It turns out that there's no gasket on this one. I just found out when I tried to replace this one, and this one has the complete set. It has a gasket in it. So both of these have new headlights now, headlight bulbs. Interior wise, everything is still okay, except for the wear on the driver's side. So yeah, leather is still pretty clean, but yeah, you could tell. Yep, this one has a tear. So this is actually not really real leather. Yeah, expected from Toyota. But interior wise, everything is still pretty good. No squeaks, no rattles. And I just changed also the AC evaporator on this, and it involves taking out the whole dash and once you remove the dash, yep, you have to remove this grill over here, and I tried to put my pry tool in here and it broke this section over here. Yep, look at that. That's really bad. And yeah, there were some scratches showing. This one too, peeled off. Yeah, it's pretty much similar to the dashboard melting issue. And it only showed up when I was like removing the trims on the dashboard. Before, there's no dashboard issue with this one. Everything is nice. Yeah, if you look at that area over here, you could see that on that speaker when I tried to remove it. Yep, there were sections over there that get cracked. But in terms of like the plastic on this one, everything still works, including the sunroof. So it's a very, very solid car. Turning it on. Yep, battery's still okay. AC now is blowing full. Yep. So at 691 miles, it's still going pretty well. I hope I'll get more mileage from this car. It's around 15 years old now. Oh, I forgot. I also got a new battery for this. I'll show you. I'm gonna open up the hood. I mean the trunk, rather. And yep, the 15-year-old battery died, so I replaced it with this one. Yep, it's a Walmart battery, around $170. So you don't need to buy a Toyota or from the dealership for $400 or $350. And the sensor, you could actually just like move them, or yeah, you could take it out from the old battery and just put it here. There's a wire for that specifically. Yep, so the old sensor there is glued. You have to take out the label or the sticker and then just pry it out. I mean, it's not like a hard glue, it's a soft glue. And then you have the vent in here. Yeah, you have to keep the vent. So that's it. Around 197,000 miles. So, lots of things happen. So expect some things to get replaced around 200,000 miles.